What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we are talking about the wonderful Captain America Civil War. But first, I need you guys to comment down below. Were you Team Cap or were you Team Iron Man? Initially, I was Team Cap all the way, but we'll get into it. I think overall, this movie did something that all the other Marvel movies haven't done. It was almost an Avengers movie, right? Like, this could have been Avengers Civil War, really, because there's so many Avengers in this movie. But what this movie did was capitalize off of Avengers Age of Ultron, right? They played off of that. They played off of Cap, Winter Soldier. They played off of a bunch of different movies, Ant-Man 1, and they added them all together, right, seamlessly to me. I don't see any real loopholes or like, how'd this happen or what, like in between. And they came into this movie, Cap's trying to find Bucky still with Mackie, or with Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson. But it really comes down to the Sokovia Accords, right? And William Hurt, Thaddeus Ross has a great speech in this movie, a great monologue. Rest in peace to him. But it really is around this one main villain being Zemo, which is one of my favorite characters in the most recent Marvel runs, you know what I mean? Like, one of my favorite villains to come out of any of these movies. And he's not super powered. He doesn't have crazy Thanos glove snapping people away. He just had a really great plan. And the only thing he wanted to do was pit them against each other, right? Like, he didn't really want to do anything. He just hated the Avengers so much that he put them against each other. And then you get great shots like this where it's Iron Man, Tony, Black Widow, Natasha, Black Panther, Vision, Rhodey, and then it's verse Wanda flying around. You got Falcon. You got kind of matching up with Black Widow. You got Hawkeye. Then you got the Winter Soldier here with his wonderful Winter Soldier arm. You got Cap, you got Ant-Man on the shield, and then on Team Iron Man you have Spider-Man, the team up, right? Like, you had this side, all of your favorite characters, and they're fighting each other, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's going for blood, except for maybe Black Panther there. He's definitely trying to kill old Bucky. But then even he, by the end of the movie, does a full 180 and switches it up. But I love that even Rumlow is Crossbones at the beginning of this movie, and you see what happened to him at the end of Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? Like, they teased that at the end of the Winter Soldier. So, like, the storytelling from here to there, with the Russos being one movie's director and then also directing this movie and then going on to do Infinity War Endgame, like, they seamlessly tied in little moments. Like, that's a small moment where he's burnt and he's got this cross on his chest with the two straps, and it's like, oh, that kind of looks like an X cross. What's the deal with there? And then all of a sudden he's cross fucking bones, and they start the movie out with that. And it's like this heist, and they fail, right? As much as they succeed, they get the poison away from them and whatever poison infecting disease thing vial. It was a red vial. Natasha gets back, but then Rumlow says, "You're Bucky, your pal," and blows a bomb, and it was right there, and Cap didn't do nothing about it. But fucking Scarlet Witch, real young, she's not necessarily Scarlet Witch yet, just Wanda. She grabs him and throws him up, and he blows up, but it was too close to the building and caused some damage to the third floor. Some people died, right? Like, now they're Avengers that aren't avenging, and they're causing more problems than there were. Granted, if she let the bomb blow up there, Cap would be dead, everyone in the crowd would be dead. Instead, now some building has a damage, but still not good. But I think it would have been worse if just a crowd of people got blown up, like, she at least was trying to avoid the casualties there, but created casualties elsewhere, which is not very great avenging. They were trying, but they didn't succeed fully, so I like that they're not just, oh, we're superheroes and we just fix everything, no problem, like, there's real stakes. Even the first we first see Black Panther in this at the Sokovia Accords. They're like signing them, and there's a great UN speech or whatever. And then there's a bomb. Everyone get down, and his father dies in front of him. Like, and then the first time we see him on the roof, he's got full vibranium suit. Like, I think this is probably the best the Black Panther suit has looked. I really like this one. with the chain, you know, like the claws. Still got my Black Panther bust over here. Like, I think this is, yeah, probably closest to that one, but this is my favorite here. Like, once he adds the purple, and it's like kinetic energies coming out of it, it looks good, but it doesn't look as good as this one. This is looks like a real practical suit. And it's just impressive that it's made out of vibranium, so bullets just bounce off of him. He's not even, like, concerned. But if I had any nitpicky things, I guess maybe I would choose a better setting for this great big battle than just a flat airport. But hey, it does, at least they use the airport, right? Giant man falls, breaks a wing, tries to smack somebody with a wing. He falls into the plane, you know, like, they do use the environment well. It's not like Flash where they're just, oh, an endless desert that's just flat as far as the eye can see. Like, it's very anticlimactic. You're like, whatever. Like, what the hell's the deal here? But you still get this great lineup with Black Panther, Vision, Iron Man, Black Widow, and War Machine. And then on the other side, you get Cap, Winter Soldier, Wanda, Ant-Man, Sam Wilson, Clint. You know, you get the boys in one girl versus the boys and one girl, right? And they also have Spider-Man. I think they removed him from these. This had to have been a trailer shot, and they removed him because he was supposed to be an extra surprise, which was a great surprise, right? Where Tony's talking to Nat, and it's like, hey man, we need backup. Where's your backup? And she's like, down the lobbies. Where's yours? And he kind of grins, and then you get the Queens, and your left hand free, and your right hand still. You know, right? Like, Alt J, great song. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's a great sting in Captain America Civil War. The first time we get to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man. And initially, Tom, he's so young in this movie. Like, you see him, you're like, that's going to be the new Spider-Man? Alright, I guess I'm with it. But what we were all with was Marissa Tomei being Aunt May. We were like, God damn, Aunt May is gorgeous? Okay. Like, and at least Tony knew it, because Tony had to make comment. You're an unusually attractive aunt. You know, and he's like, don't talk about me yet. But I loved how he's like, this is you, right? Wow, stopped a car through 4,000 pounds, going 40 miles per hour? Wow, how'd you do that, right? Like, implying that he's been Spider-Man for a little bit, he just needs an upgrade, right? So then he gets the upgraded suit, right? It just done so well. You get the moment on the roof, he comes flipping in, he takes the shield. So now you get this wonderful moment with Spider-Man is now in the MCU. He has got the red and blue suit, the white eyes, he looks fantastic, and now he's holding Cap's shield. He took Cap's shield from him, and then he handles business pretty well against Winter Soldier and Sam. 2-on-1, he handles them pretty freaking easily, webs them up, and he takes off, and then has the plan, right? He's one of the most valuable assets here. He has the plan to take down, you know, he brings up Empire Strike Back. He's like, this really old movie, and they're like, Jesus, how old is this kid? I didn't carbon date him. He's on the young side. He loops up Giant Man and takes him down, right? Like, he's a big part of the successes here. But he is still young, because as Ant-Man's falling, he's like, great job, guys. He gets hand whacked out of fucking dodge. He gets beat. But Cap ends up getting away with Sebastian Stan, because their team is a better team than Iron Man's team, and they just gotta let Cap and Bucky get out of here. But it's good to see Cap and Bucky together again, friends, and not fighting one another. It's very sad to see what happened to Bucky, though. He's this assassin, Winter Soldier. He's getting blamed for bombing the people, even though it was Zemo. But overall, they get away. Black Panther follows him, you know, ends up talking to Zemo. That's a great scene. But as they're escaping, fucking Vision miscalculates. Sam folds up, dodges his beam, and hits Rhodey. Rhodey falls, breaks his leg right there. We all thought Rhodey was dead in this scene right here. You know, more deaths in this movie instead of just King T'Chaka. We thought it was going to be a lot more than that. But Zemo here gives a great speech. He's going to kill himself. Fucking T'Challa stops him, right? Like, oh, the living is not done with you yet. Like, it's great writing, but we don't see him in the purple mask this movie. But Zemo, whether it's fist pumping or not, once he gets to Captain America or Falcon Winter Soldier, the show, he's one of my favorite characters, villains, whatever he is supposed to be. I'm excited to see him come back in whatever shape or form that takes. But Daniel Bruhl as Zemo, I give him all the credit in the world. This movie was great because of him, because just various different points you just see him orchestrating shit that's going on. Like, even in Falcon Winter Soldier, by the end of that movie, the flag smashers get blown up and it's because his butler did it, and then you just see, like, Daniel Bruhl in a cell. Like, he's in a cell and he's still making shit happen, and he's just reading a book and he's just right? Like, so badass and great actor and fist pumping. I'm with it. But overall, this movie comes down to this final scene here, and Cap versus Iron Man, and it kinda is a draw, kinda won, kinda Cap wins, but Tony does have his moments, but Tony's just can't forgive Bucky for killing his mom and dad, which is how the movie opens up, right? Like, unless you've seen this movie, you just see this accident happen 2-3 times. I think it happens 3 times in this movie. You see the same accident that Bucky causes. The bike, drifts up, gets out, opens up the trunk, has Winter Soldier blood in a case. So why did Howard Stark have that? Who knows? But now we know Howard and his mom died in a car accident because Bucky. Right? Like, he killed my mom. Right? Like, we all understand why Tony has to do what he has to do, but he's still fighting his friends, right? Or at least Cap. But it's not Bucky's fault. He was brainwashed, right? Like, you feel for Bucky too. Especially with this being a Captain America movie, the third in the trilogy. Like, oh man, like, it's just, but you get this great shot of the shield and the blasts, and they're all coming together, and then, my father made that shield, you don't deserve it. Cap's like, I don't need this shield to be me. Drops the shield, he walks away, and then he gets the shield back from Tony in Endgame. I gotta get it out of the garage, or Morgan's gonna be sledding on it soon. Which is, just great humor, but great storytelling, and how it all comes back full circle. But, this separates them. They're not friends anymore. They're kind of, the band has broken up. The Avengers are not together. And that, in this movie, is why they lose in Infinity War. They're not together. They needed to be, and they're not. They're on Titan, and there's some people in Wakanda. And they get split up, and they're lost. And they needed to be together. Endgame, they come back together, they get everybody, everyone comes through the portals, they save everyone, they snap everything back, they come back, they have everything together, and then they fucking win, and they beat his ass. Now shit has changed, 5 years has gone by, people were gone, now they're back, shit is weird. But, time travel, whatnot, shit's happened. Cap is now old, right? Like, there's things that I don't like about Endgame. We'll talk to it once we get there. But overall, the storytelling from Winter Soldier all the way to Endgame with the Russo brothers, they did a phenomenal job. I gave this movie 4.5 out of 5 stars. May even be a 5-star movie to me, but I'm not quite sure why it's not. But it's a 9 out of 10. It's almost there. I don't know what I needed to get over the edge, but it just. Still a fantastic movie. Comment below your thoughts on this movie in the comment section below. And more importantly, are you Team Cap or are you Team Iron Man? And what were you when this movie came out, and what are you now? Has it changed? Are you still the same? But I would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comment section below. Or you can @ me on Twitter, @BigCamYouTube. Message me on Instagram, hit me up on Letterboxd. All my links down in the description below. But I will see you handsome bastards and beautiful women. Whoever's watching this video, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.